Michael freaking Carrick, the man who replaced the almighty Roy Keane, who was a fearsome, aggressive and dominant skipper midfielder. But Carrick was a polar opposite. He was a calm, quiet but broad composure that was overlooked by many spectators. However, Carrick was the proper midfielder that Man United needed, in a sense rescue Man United midfield quality. Since the former England national became a coach, again he replaced both Audi and Marvin, whereby those managers had created a toxic to an unmanageable environment due to the players' incompetency or the stubbornness for the managers. This time Carrick came in, immediately made the whole team filled with positive vibes, a very similar situation as Oli intern interim tenure, in which brought a question, do Carrick actually save life or just deja vu incoming? So in this video we'll have a look on Carrick managed in these matches and do he really going to be permanent? In case you didn't know, what is up ladies and gentlemen, I'm Marvin, codename CM. Welcome to the Code United channel once again. If you in any shape or form stumble into this channel and somehow some way like this kind of content, do please like, share and subscribe to this channel, as each of your precious subscription will be massive motivation for me to upload new content. And don't forget to ring your notification bell for every new upload. With that said, let's get straight into the video. On the 5th January 2026, Man United announced that Amorim had departed with immediate effect after the 1-1 draw against Leeds. With Amorim's departure, he left the club in the 6th place in the league. I do note that Amorim's sacking was the back of 3 consecutive draws, plus the ill-fated attempt of commenting against the board in the press conference. Well, besides his record at Man United was 24 wins, 18 draws and 21 losses, effectively make him the worst win ratio under Man United tenure. Furthermore, his friction within the club plus the constant playing the players out of their favourite position did not help his case at all. But since a departure for the Portuguese manager, the Scottish legend Darren Fletcher appointed as a caretaker but was met with very little success, obtaining only a draw and a loss out of the FA Cup tournament, effectively had Man United only Premier League to play. While in-come Michael Carrick appointed as the interim coach until the end of season, a very heavy test awaited for him, as a United next opponent none other than a noisy neighbour Man City. But before the match, many of us unsure how will Man United set up for the Sky Blue team and expect the worst debut for Carrick's tenure. While Man City themselves also see some problem with their own, as their defensive line was plagued with injuries, forced Pep to put out most of the Man City academy players with Ake as the sole senior player. However, despite that, many fans still view Man City as the favourites. Lo and behold, Man United and Carrick in Old Trafford not just came to play, they completely neutralised Man City fame attacking by playing amazing defense, piling on sharp counter-attacking. And thanks to Man United top scorer Bryan Mbeumo and the recent 5-form Dorgu, Man United secured a convincing 2-0 win over Man City. And in addition, Man United in that match could have been more in the scoresheet if not offside and a superb performance by Donnarumma. The victory sent shockwave among fans as Man United looked amazing, not just defensively, but offensively as well. But of course, the old saying, one time may be just a fluke. In the next match against Carrick, whom had garnered a reputation as a strong pressing and the set-piece team under Mikel Arteta, Carrick again facing another test in Emirates Stadium as well. Going into Arsenal, Carrick opted the same 11 win, wishing to replicate the same effect against Man City. And this time around was much more competitive, as Arsenal opened the scoresheet with Martinez's own goal after a few clearances, but Mbeumo again came hot, scoring the equaliser under Zubimendi costly mistake and entered halftime 1-0 as a scoreline. With just 5 minutes into the second half, Dorgu, whom enjoyed a fine form in regional matches, scored a screamer, not without linking a couple pings with skipper Bruno, make it 2-1. Going on the match, while Arsenal leveled the score with set piece again. One match looked to settle a point each, Cunha just 3 minutes later said nope, decided to fire another volley outside the penalty box, effectively silencing the crowd while doing the dance. While Man United 2 straight win against the true Premier League team was a shocker, proving that Carrick might be the real deal. But there will always be a but. Man United, a team known for their quick counter-attacking, extremely dangerous in transition or attacking when space was given, but their struggle to play mid to low blocks team where they will suffocate any available spaces was also well documented. It comes when playing against Fulham, but under Marco Silva, Fulham gave a solid reputation for their tough defensive block but capable hurting teams with surprise using the sharpness of Harry Wilson and Raul Jimenez. And they Fulham certainly gave Carrick's run for their money, while Man United opened the score from Casemiro header and Cunha goal that should have gave Man United a comfortable ride for the match. Besides the match, Man United was controlling games, going head to head with Fulham, until the substitution of Casemiro was where things started to go sour. When with Fulham Raul Jimenez penalty and Kevin world-class goal eventually cancelled out the lead during the first minute of injury time. But in the past, under this circumstance, Man United often will show this courage and sign or give up accepting the draw, but not this case around. Man United just 3 minutes deep into the stoppage time, with Bruno making a wowing dummy over Basie, then deliver cross into Sesko, who make the turn and score the winner that created a huge uproar in the stadium. This match shows the resilience or reminiscent of Fergie time winner again held Carrick another well-deserved win. While in the following matches against Spurs was another story. Spurs this season under Thomas Frank was a turbulent one. Although a very well-respected coach in the Premier League, the Danish coach was not doing well in the Spurs stadium. In fact, had some of the woeful matches, just like against Chelsea, where looked absolutely deflated. Even worse, Spurs had only won 1 in 30 matches, illustrated the season Spurs going through. But Spurs did have some amazing performance, like forcing a draw against Man City, where Frank mentioned would like to build upon them. While going into Old Trafford, United had a decent opportunity, created unfavourable situation for Spurs, but overall Spurs were more controlling of the match until the 28th minute, where Spurs captain was received a red card after the hard boot on Casemiro's ankle effectively makes Spurs' day to the worst. But from there, Spurs was forced to play very defensively, waiting United mistake to take advantage on. But Man United thanks to Mbeumo goal and Fernandes' late minute seal make the match comfortable, a vintage Fergie United match. Well, this time shows the composure and ruthlessness from Man United instilled by Carrick brought Man United to the 4th match consecutive winning. But under Carrick's managerial career in United has been full of surprises and a breath of fresh air due to the fact that previous managers like Marvin and Ten Hag both having a strong preference in the style of play. Under all kinds of reasons like this lack of support from the board and insisting maintaining their style, and Man United being created like a Frankenstein monster, with some of the players thrive in counter-attacking, but some of them prefer to play a static and possession build-up, combination of single pivot or a back three formation. But Carrick came in, simplified the style of play, provided a clear role plus instruction for the players, allowed the players to figure out on the pitch. But this statement does not do Carrick justice, where people started to comment no tactics or vibes. But Carrick do have a level of tactics structure involving where his core playstyle, having the front four constantly interchange, either pin one side, allowed a numerical advantage, and then having a fluid movement as anyone will end up on front as a dangerous threat. But furthermore, the build-out has been both Martinez and Maguire trusted to deliver constant vertical passes, either the straight to the wingers or the direct to the forwards. But most of the significant ones definitely making Man Utd as the first team starter along with the veteran Casemiro has been working wonders. Or using Man Utd ball carrying and press resistance make a smooth progression from the midfield into the final third. But to think that he under Amorim had not seen many minutes on the pitch, even almost being so, was a crime himself. In spite of Carrick brought so much recent success to Man United, we still have to credit to Amorim in some of the action and implementation did like having some of the players like Garnacho and Rashford out of the club. But in addition, his trust in bringing in Dorgu, who now thrive in the advanced position, gave Carrick an amazing option to lean in. Overall, Carrick right now makes several moves right and did saving Man United season from a depressed situation to now saving lives. Yet a question we need to answer was, will Carrick be the one of the candidates for the permanent coach? It will be hard to tell, as Oli was having a very similar part plus there were stops for Man United bringing in the Zerbi or Luis Enrique. I would say let's have this season well through and evaluate the tenure that Carrick make and then decide what's best for the club. That's the end of the video. What do you guys think? How do you feel about Carrick's till today's tenure, and will you be happy if he was the permanent coach for Man United? Well, comment down below so we can have a discussion. Hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you all in the next one.